This here is the 4th issue of the Justice League Power Rangers crossover by DC Comics.
Both teams of heroes are still in Switzerland, at the Large Hadron Collider. Kimberly and Zack don't understand Billy's equations, so they begin talking about their own universe instead. Zack does not want his last moments with his parents to be an argument, so Kimberly assures him it won't be. Billy finalizes his calculations and plans to create a hole in space. In order for this to work, he requires an object that is still connected to the Rangers' dimension. Without their communicators and their power coins, Tommy provides the link in the form of his Dragon Dagger. Him being the 6th Ranger and therefore slightly different from the other Rangers probably allowed him to retain the dagger. Otherwise, the other Rangers may as well pull out their power weapons. So the Dragon Dagger will connect back to the Rangers' world, but they can't open the rift underground, otherwise it would cause a fatal collapse in the Earth. Wonder Woman suggests moving the Hadron Collider into space by assisting Superman with the lifting, whilst Green Lantern keeps the Hadron Collider intact during transport. And with that, the Justice League begin to move the Hadron Collider from underground and into space. As Wonder Woman and Superman lift the Hadron Collider, we see a large amount of land being lifted from the ground. Eventually, the Hadron Collider is moved into space. Back at the Javelin, Tommy hands the Dragon Dagger over to Green Lantern for Cyborg to initiate the opening of the rift. So then we see the two teams begin to enter the rift, hoping that Billy's calculations are correct, otherwise they'd be destroyed. The Javelin successfully makes it through the rift and flies past Angel Grove, now encased under a dome. The Power Rangers wonder what the dome is, but the Justice League already know Brainiac is shrinking the city, ready to remove it from Earth. Superman explains to the Rangers they cannot stop the process without destroying the city and its people. Whilst Wonder Woman explains to the Rangers that they need to wait for this to play out, Zack makes a run towards the dome. On approach, his parents come running towards him on the other side of the dome. Zack apologizes for their arguments that took place in the first issue, but they cannot hear each other. As Zack tries to tell them he'll save them, Angel Grove suddenly vanishes. And with that, the comic has taken us back to the start of the series with Angel Grove gone. So now that we've caught up, the comics will just be building up to the grand finale. Superman tells the Power Rangers that Angel Grove will be on Brainiac's ship, which is in low orbit. Jason wants to go up to battle. Cyborg tells the Rangers they're powerless, but Batman jumps in and tells them they're not powerless. This is kind of a first for Batman jumping into the Rangers' defense, but it's also probably because Batman is a member of the Justice League who doesn't have any superpowers, so he can relate. Batman reveals to the Rangers that he's stocked the Javelin's armory with some weapons from the trophy room. Jason picks up the Sword of Azrael from the Batman series, fitting as Jason normally wields the Power Sword. Similarly, Zack chooses the Persuader's Atomic Axe, whilst Kimberly picks up the Green Arrow's Boxing Glove Arrow. Flash tells Kimberly the Boxing Glove Arrow sounds weird, but Kimberly tells him it actually makes sense because you might want to punch an enemy a long way away. Whilst the Boxing Glove Arrow is mostly considered a gag, it's great here that Kimberly actually applies logic to it. Jason tells the others they need to hide their faces to keep their identities a secret. So, they suit up in the Justice League's outfits. Then, Superman goes to create a distraction. As he attacks Brainiac's ship, Cyborg brings the Javelin closer to Brainiac, ready for docking. Cyborg blasts his way through, and Trini takes out some of Brainiac's drones. Billy identifies a major array while Cyborg begins to infiltrate it. Cyborg locates the Power Rangers' morphers and coins and informs Superman of their location. Although heavily guarded, it doesn't stop Superman going after them. Batman, Zack and Billy struggle against the drones, but Superman returns with the communicators, morphers and coins and hurls them towards the Rangers. As the Rangers begin to morph, Zack gets hit by a blast from Cyborg. Brainiac has gotten to him. As Batman tries to talk Cyborg down, he blasts him as well, sending Batman flying backwards. But then Billy comes in urging Cyborg to stop. Brainiac, however, tells him Cyborg is under his control. Without much of a choice, Billy slides in and stabs Cyborg. We're now over halfway through the miniseries and we know all of the events which led to the opening of the first issue. The comic kept us waiting up to this point, and with only 2 issues left, I have concerns that the final issue will be rushed to cram everything in.